Welcome to the next sexual skill video. This one is all about undressing and body confidence. So starting with undressing. So undressing, revealing our body, shedding clothing, can be such an erotic part of sex. It's why striptease is such a huge turn on for so many people. There is such power in taking off clothing piece by piece and having it as part of the experience. And yet for a lot of people, especially in long-term relationships, the undressing stops becoming an event. You know, you see each other naked all of the time, just walking around the house or in the bathroom. And so that idea of undressing stops becoming associated with sex, which is absolutely fine. But why I've created this game is all about how do we bring the undressing back into that space of the erotic, and also play with different types of undressing, because we don't always want to be, you know, in the role of a striptease. Sometimes that's not the energy that we're wanting to give off. We're wanting a different erotic experience. And so in this game, what I've created, it's called Strip Roulette, is giving you lots of different examples of what we call undressing rituals, so that you can play with those different energies and bring back that experience of undressing being part of the event. So what are undressing rituals? Undressing rituals can really be anything that's about intentionally derobing and taking off the clothes. So let me just list some examples for you here, because these are the sorts of things that you'll be asked to do in the Strip Roulette game. So taking off your clothes could be a race, do it as fast as you can. It could be a strip tease, it could be as slow and teasy as you can make it. It could be getting your partner to undress you in a really slow and intimate way, piece by piece. It could be something that you do together, one piece at a time as you watch each other. It could be something really fun by putting on some music and dancing around to your favorite music, slowly undressing. It could be done as a lap dance and amp up the sexual factor even further. It can be done in the dark, just using your hands to feel and undress each other slowly. It can be done in front of the mirror, where you're trying to turn yourself on through undressing. So there are so many different ways that we can undress. And if this game is making you feel really nervous, or you have body confidence issues and fear of stepping into some of these roles, I have some adaptations of the game on the worksheet which you can read through, and I'll also talk a little bit about body confidence in just a second on this video. One of my big motivators for making the game Strip Roulette is because a lot of people associate sexy undressing with the striptease and are very nervous to step into that hypersexual role. So I wanted to show that there are actually all sorts of different ways that you could explore undressing, and you can work your way up to feeling more confident stepping into that striptease role, and finding music and movement that works best for you. You don't have to do what you see when you go to a strip club or what you associate with striptease. The best and most erotic thing to watch is knowing that someone is moving their body for them, that they are enjoying themselves. So if you want to practice stripping or teasing your body through the undressing, I always recommend doing it on your own first, in front of a mirror, choosing the sorts of music that you enjoy, and just shutting your eyes and moving and feeling your body for you and for no one else. And get practice doing that first. And then when you feel a little bit more comfortable moving your body and seducing yourself, you can invite your partner to witness and to watch. And if that makes you feel a bit nervous, then that's sometimes a good thing. Nervous energy is exciting. It's exciting to feel that nervous energy again for the slow reveal of your body. And remember, don't make it a performance for them. Start by focusing on what would feel good for you, because that will still turn them on and still be really sexy to watch. And remember what I talked about in the Like That But Sexier Dirty Talk game. It's so less about what you say than how your body moves. So things like eye contact, things like presence, things like a slow little, reveal of the shoulder. These are all little things that you can use to to really amp that erotic tension up. And the great thing about this game is each type of undressing that you'll have to do is only for one item of clothing. So you get to step into all of these different roles and get a bit playful and silly with it. So let's talk about body confidence for a moment as well. In my experience as a sexologist, body confidence and body image is one of the biggest erotic breaks that people have, which makes a lot of sense because sex is very vulnerable. You are often naked, you are often moving your body and feeling, if you have body confidence issues, feeling uncomfortable about the way a certain part of you looks in that moment. And so here are some tips for being a bit kinder to yourself and building your body confidence. Tip 1, remember it's a journey. Body confidence and body acceptance and body love isn't this linear progression. It happens with dips. So one day you'll wake up and think, wow, I feel amazing in my body today. This is incredible. I've finally done it. And then the next day you might wake up and feel like you're back at square one, even though outwardly to other people, nothing has physically changed. So remember that a journey towards feeling comfortable in your skin is a lifetime journey, really, because your body is always changing. Just because you feel really comfortable one day, you might start noticing changes the next day. So remember that everyone's on their own journey, and comparison is the thief of joy, and focus more on yourself and your own journey rather than other people's bodies and what other people look like. Which is actually my second tip, which is stop comparing yourself to others. The world is filled with unobtainable beauty standards, whether it's porn or media or films. So rather than comparing yourself to others, focus on your own journey. Tip 4, surround yourself with other naked bodies that are more achievable. So for example, going to places like nudist beaches, life drawing classes, clothing optional spaces, sex parties even. The more you spend time around other naked bodies, the more you realize the beautiful diversity of bodies, of skin, of genitals, of everything, and you start to be less self-critical because you see how beautiful and diverse human bodies really are. Tip 5 is move your body. So rather than focus on exercise, think on movement that gives you joy, whether that is exercise or whether it's things like dance and stretching and swimming and movement practices that feel joyful for you. The more we move our body, the more we connect with it, and it's all about feeling comfortable in the skin that you're in. Tip number 6 is get naked more on your own. So for example, things like sleeping naked, brushing your teeth naked, being more comfortable in your nude body day to day, not just during sex, so that you can reconnect with this part of yourself. And also turn yourself on more. Self-pleasure and sexual pleasure and getting turned on are also good for the mind and for the body. So you don't have to just save sex for when you're with your partner. You can turn yourself on, you can seduce yourself through things like mirror work. Mirrors can be pretty confronting for people who have struggles with their self-image and their body confidence. So start slowly with yourself through mirror work and body positive affirmations. So instead of giving yourself negative self-talk, think, what kind of affirmations does my body need to hear instead? So if your negative self-talk is, I'm not beautiful, maybe your affirmation would be, I am beautiful and enough just the way that I am, or my body deserves pleasure just the way that it is. Find an affirmation that works for you and practice saying it to yourself when you're looking in the mirror or when you're self-pleasuring or when you're doing your daily self-pleasure practice. And over time, slowly, you'll start to believe it. Also, I like to talk a little bit about sex magic. And what I mean by sex magic is when we orgasm, we have this huge chemical reaction in our body, which is pretty powerful. And I learned about this from another sex educator who basically taught her clients to use their affirmations right at the peak of orgasm. And what we're doing here is we're sort of creating that relationship between this really pleasurable peak moment of orgasm and loving our body, using our affirmations right at that moment to rewire our relationship with our body through touch, through affirmations, through orgasm. So that could be a fun thing to do as well, is use your orgasm, use peak pleasurable experiences to reconnect with your body and shout to the rooftops how beautiful it is.